You may not know Cindy and Boisson, but then again, you may.
I'm the empowerment girl who doesn't brush her teeth after bacon smoke herring. That's me.
Well, that Trini Diana Empowerment girl is now a successful stand-up comedian in the United States and recently starred in her own one-woman show in Florida. And they are absolutely loving her.
I think once I take the mic and I start, because it's not an accent that they hear a lot in this industry particularly. There's no one else in Florida really that has a Trini accent that was born like native to Trinidad and Tobago. So the accent is an accent because when I start talking, people are like, wait, okay, like what is this?
Cindy Ann admitted to trying to please the American audience at first, but now she uses her Caribbean background and varied local experiences to her advantage.
I talk about, my friend told me that her fish had an eye infection. No, that's wild to me. I'm like, how are you are observing a fish in a tank so intently that you can see it has an eye infection. This is insane. So I don't again have to say, in Trinidad, we don't look at fish that way.
While patrons enjoy the comparisons between the two cultures, Cindy Ann sometimes just connects on a more human level, like being a mom. The comedian attributes her naturally great sense of humor to her diverse Trinbago heritage. Originally from Paramin, Cindy Ann calls the ability to laugh at ourselves and find the humor in everything a gift.
Like as a child, I loved just relating stories. I was very good at creative writing. Essays, I would be like very excited to tell my side of the story and just make it funny. You know, I come from my mom had a good sense of humor, my dad had a good sense of humor, and we just love old talk. I come from a very big family, and I'm the youngest. We're very expressive and we're very observant. And that is a huge asset for me as a comedian here.
But all jokes aside, laughter has also been our coping mechanism.
I remember when I found out about something called codependency groups, right? Where it's you go and so I was like, what is that? And she was like, well, you know, if you're feeling sad and you just need a group of people to talk your stuff through and what. I was like, oh, we have those groups home too, but we call it rum shops, you know? Ah.
During her shows, Cindy Ann always references Trinidad and Tobago in one way or another. In fact, she starts every performance by proudly identifying her home country. And while she admits to having enrolled in accent reduction classes for the sake of patrons better understanding her jokes, rarely does Cindy Ann use slangs or dialect unless.
Let's just say if I say I'm from Trinidad and somebody says, me too, then I will address that person. And I'll say, oh gosh, we're liming tonight. So that people get, and then, so I will not be like, oh, you are? Hi. I will say, oh, go. Trinidad? Where are you from? And I would say, and then I would switch back and say, okay, now that we've totally confused you guys, you know what I mean? I'll try to fit it into my set.
Such use of authentic Trini lingo and phrases is an opportunity for Cindy Ann to skillfully educate people about TNT while entertaining. The mental health advocate is also passionate about children. For the last 3 years, she has been conducting a children's workshop called Tickled and offers 2 annual scholarships to the top-performing male and female students at Paramin Aracy in honor of her parents who also attended the primary school. Cindy Ann wants Trinbagonians to be known for more than just party people.
We're so much more than carnival and juve and soca music, which we are, and we're very good at it, but we're very good at a lot of other things too. I love that I get to say I'm Trini.
I'm Giselle Legall, encouraging you to live for local.
Islands in the sun.